North Lake's been on my mind for a little while. It's got a good head of carp in here and it's 3 very large commons actually, which one in recent years has been creeping up to say nearly the £50 mark. And obviously fishing around the Yateley, so years gone past, it's just a lovely place to angle. It's such a beautiful looking lake. Obviously it used to hold one of the most famous carp in the country, Basil, you know, to actually finally get a ticket for the place. Yeah, it was awesome. I suppose like any lake that I sort of start on, I just go on an open mind and just use my eyes and just look and go from there. There's an area in the lake, I call it the Bermuda Triangle. It's like a safe zone where, must admit, from my first trip, that's where I saw a lot of carp showing. They know they're safe there and they can't get angled for properly, you know. So trying to get to near them as possible is my first thought, really. I've done a few trips now, I think 4 trips to the lake, and I've been lucky enough to have a few. So none of the big commons been out, and it was a big moon phase, a big full moon phase, which I believe in completely. That, you know, big fish love it. It's no coincidence they always get caught around those sort of phases. So I just wanted to get back down the lake as soon as possible. Like, so it was a Sunday. I was working again, just clock watching really. It couldn't go quick enough. Managed to get back down the lake Sunday afternoon. I'd done a couple of laps. I wasn't quite sure to start with where I wanted to go. I didn't want to just jump straight back in the same swim. But after a couple of laps, I sort of decided that I would do. I did see a couple of fish show in the area, so with that, going back in the same swim, it was easy. It just went so smoothly, getting your rods out, you know, rigs tied, knew the spot, you know, so just wrapping up, you know, clipped up, and got them out there, put about sort of 12 spoms out. Nothing happened during the night. One particular thing is I couldn't sleep that night. I don't know if it was just, I knew something was happening deep down. I don't know, it was weird. I just could not get to sleep. I managed to get about an hour and got up at first light and was just watching the water constantly. It seemed quite lifeless out there until about 7:30. I had a little line on my right-hand rod, and then there was a little bit of fizz come up, and then I had another liner sort of 10 minutes later. Quite a funny thing actually happened. One of my mates who was fishing over the road phoned me up saying that he's just caught him, he just bagged himself a £43 common, which I believe it was a PB for him, and he actually asked me to come down and do the photos and have a look at it, and I almost did. But I said to him, well, wait half an hour or so and give me a ring back. Yeah, basically within half an hour I'll get a bite. And yeah, sort of hit into it, and it was very heavy. Very different from what I've hooked before, just really heavy and plodding, and it was just kited left and left and left. So eventually it actually took me behind a bar and sort of locked up behind it, basically, and it was a bit of a stalemate for a couple of minutes. You know, it's just with a lot of steady pressure, it came over, you could just feel it coming over the bar. As it's done that, it just swam straight towards me. Ceased. Like a tail slap, basically, and I thought, you know, it's a smaller fish sort of thing. It wasn't as big as what I first thought. With that, it just woke up. it just beasted me, man, like in the edge, just ploughing like to my right, to my left. I just couldn't get him up off the bottom. I don't know, it must have been about 5-10 minutes. Eventually she came up and I saw that sort of, you know, ball-like head on it, sort of come up, coughed a bit of water and basically she just glided straight into the net, really. Gave it the old shout like they used to do, the old Yateley shout. When we weighed her, obviously I was standing back from everyone, you know, and let them weigh her for me. When they read the scales to 51.10, oh man, I couldn't believe it at all. It was, you know, a £50 common, like they don't come round every day, you know. I had one more night and I had a little thought of maybe just going home, do you know what I mean? Just sort of chilling out. You know, I caught a big one, you know. But I decided to stay, did my last night. And nothing really happened until the following morning, when I think it was about 8:30. My right-hand rod's basically signalled to take. Again, that sort of spirited fight. It actually almost wiped out my left-hand rod. Luckily, it didn't. You know, I've got it back underneath and say netted a carp. That was a nice £29 mirror. And I just sat down to make another rig to get that rod back out. And yeah, my remaining rod was away. This one just sort of held its ground. It almost just went behind the back of the bar and just sort of stayed there, sort of a little stalemate again for a few minutes. But I've gotten back over the bar, and again it comes straight in. And again, I didn't think it was that big of a carp, you know. It come up, sort of big back, sort of like roll. God, it's common, you know. Could it be? Like, could it be one of the other ones? Anyway, it gave up a proper battle, and eventually I won. And it turned out to be a fish called snub, which I knew as soon as I got its head up. You know, it's got a distinct shaped head to it. So she went in the net, and yeah, again, just totally blown away. We weighed her, and she went just over 46 pounds. Mental. I can't help but thinking, you know, how lucky with that other fish almost wiping that rod out. I wouldn't have had that big coming. You know, so it's a fine line you can carp fishing. Say with Murray, if I went and just wound in straight away to photograph that fish for my mate, I wouldn't be sitting here now talking to you, sort of thing. Yeah, you know, it just makes you think carp fishing's a funny thing, isn't it?